In the school breakfast program, the meal pattern for grades K through 5 requires that the daily calories must be within the range of at least 350 as a minimum and 500 as the maximum amount when averaged over the week. Saturated fat must be less than 10% of the total calorie amount for the 5-day week. Discretionary sources of calories, fats and added sugars, may be added when preparing the foods only if it is within the specifications for calories, saturated fat, and trans fat. Nutrition labels or manufacturer specifications must indicate 0 grams of trans fat per serving for all grade levels. The breakfast meal pattern for K through 5 requires 5 fruit servings per week with a minimum of 1/2 cup per day. Vegetables are not required for breakfast in grades K through 5, although they may be substituted for fruits. For grains, a minimum of 7-ounce equivalents are required per week for students in grades K through 5, and at least 1-ounce equivalent must be offered daily. At least half the grains must be whole grain rich for school year 2013-14, and in the school years 2014-15 and beyond, all grains must be whole grain rich for all grade levels at breakfast. There is no separate component for meats or meat alternates in the school breakfast pattern for grades K through 5. However, the menu planner may designate some meat items to be used as a substitute for part of the grain servings. Contact the menu planner for your school district if you have any questions about this option. For fluid milk, the K through 5 meal pattern for breakfast requires 5 cups per week, which is a daily minimum of 1 cup. All fluid milk must be 1% milk fat or less. If flavored milk is used, it must be fat-free. Work to reduce sodium in menu items, as the proposed sodium targets will be phased in gradually over the next several years, beginning in 2014-15. As for trans fat, nutrition labels or manufacturer specifications must indicate 0 grams of trans fat per serving for all grade levels. And now, let's review what you've learned.